Good morning, beginning farmer friends. I am headed to town because some chicks are here. That is right. I don't think this is the big order of meat chicks, the 325 meat chicks. I do believe this is the 100 egg layers, but I guess we'll find out once we get there. It's 20 degrees right now. It is going to get up to 39 today, so at least starting out with these chicks today, that will be bearable. Tomorrow and the next day, those are gonna get cold. And then a week. My last video I said 3 days. Well, forecast has changed. Now we're going to have a week of below zero temperatures.
What you got in there? Chickens?
Oh yeah, baby chicks. Well, they're loud, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna stop at the lumber yard right over here, get that pink foam. We'll take these home and we'll see what happens. Sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go. What's the saying? When it rains, it pours, or in this case, when it ice snows, it ice snows. I've got 100 chicks up in the house. I just got home, and I've got a baby calf who doesn't want to get up. Mama cow's cleaned him off, and he's mooing, but he is not getting up, so we're gonna take him up to the house, get him warmed up, I think, and then he'll be able to come back out and do fine. Mama's got him all cleaned off and ready to go. It's just this darn humid cold, I think, this morning. It is quite a menagerie in our house right now. We've got a calf in front of the fireplace, a very vocal little heifer calf, and then over there, of course, we've got the chicks in the house. There's so much going on. We're gonna go get the brooder ready. We're gonna get the calf warmed up. As you can tell, it seems to be doing okay. It just needs to get a little warmth and get going. My goodness, what a day. That was the worst cut ever. I have a dead battery. I got my styrofoam on top of my, I guess what I'm calling my secondary hover thing. And then I also put a water down deep inside this hoover, assuming that this will be a place that they want to be. That way there'll be some water there. Also, hopefully that will keep it from freezing. There's feed in this little hover area as well. I put some feed right out here and another water right here outside this hover. It is honestly, especially with the door closed, now I realize it just got really dark in here. Let me go over by the window. Not too horribly cold in here right now. Granted, it's 20 degrees outside and not negative 15. My wife did have an idea, and I think we're going to try it because at this point I am just game to try everything and anything. I'm going to put some straw along the outside here. It'll provide a little bit of insulation, especially on that north side there. That's where the wind will be coming from most likely. And then we'll put some plywood from the straw to this hoover right here. Just another place to trap a little heat is the idea. Give the chicks the best possible place that they can have. Hopefully this walk from the house to the chick brooder is the coldest these chicks will be until next winter, when they won't be chicks anymore. They'll be big, huge egg-laying machines. That's the idea, at least. Let's get them in their home. I don't know if this is something that you need to do, but it's something that we do, and it's probably just because we can do it. I realize in these huge chicken barns with broilers in them, they put just 50,000 chickens down there, not dipping the head or dipping the beak in the water of every single chick. But that's what we're doing right now. The water has a probiotic in it. It has some electrolytes in it and some vitamins in it. That just kind of gives them a little bit of a jump start. Of course, there's the feed. That's in there for them as well. The 24-ish% protein feed that I made for them yesterday. They all seem pretty happy and healthy. We got 3 breeds of egg layers in this order. We got this little guy right here. This is a barred rock. We got ones like this little lady right here. This is an Americana. She's a little green egg layer. And then we have 25 of these little ladies right here. These are Rhode Island Reds. They are a brown egg layer like the barred rocks are a brown layer. If you're scoring along at home, we have 50 barred rocks, 25 Americanas, and 25 Rhode Island Reds. We also wanted to get some white leghorns. They're a prolific white egg layer, but most of the hatcheries were actually sold out of those. It's kind of crazy. The hatcheries are getting hit pretty hard this year. All right, that's 100 chicks put away. They all seem to be adjusting in the first 10 minutes to their place. I'm gonna go start the 4430. We're gonna put some hay and some straw out for the cattle. The forecast on the radio said that before the crazy cold comes, we're going to be in a winter weather advisory. 1 to 3 inches is all, but tons and tons of wind. It kind of feels like we can't catch a break. One of the many downfalls of my chick brooder setup, which I have detailed multiple times already, is that it runs off of an extension cord that comes from one shed and goes out to that shed, which means that I have to unplug the extension cord to open the gate to get to the hay. I don't want to do that right now because we just put those chicks in there, so I am going to open up the gates into the front pasture here, take the long way around to get the hay and straw for the cattle. An important thing to do on days like today where it just kind of seems to be piling up is to make sure that you notice the beauty. It is absolutely beautiful this morning with all the frost on the trees. We had like a freezing fog last night and it's kind of cold and yucky, but it's beautiful. I am going to go ahead and put a third bale of hay out and a bale of straw. That way, with the luck that I have, if the tractor doesn't want to start when it is so cold for the next 10 days or so, they should be good as far as hay goes. They'll have the straw for a little bit of bedding. I'll probably actually come out and put 1 or 2 more bales of straw out for them as well. Just do my best to keep them comfortable, just like I'm trying to keep the pigs comfortable and the chicks comfortable. That's the best we can do when the weather's like this. I got my 3 bales of hay out here for the cows and for the sheep. I also unrolled this bale of straw so they got places to eat and do their thing with that. I just realized as I was unrolling that bale of straw that I got a lot of lesser quality hay, some hay with some foxtail in it and some alfalfa in it. So what I think I'm going to do is just bring a couple of those bales out, just set them out in the open, take the net wrap off. It'll just give them a little insulation to lay on when it's negative 15 degrees. I went ahead and put those lesser quality bales in the low part of the winter lot. That's an area where the cattle like to congregate when it's a little windy, instead of up on the hill where I have the hay in the feeders. I'm not too worried about the cattle and the sheep. I've got 6 bales out here. They should be good for quite some time. The only thing I'm really gonna have to do with them is, of course, keep an eye on that calf and then check the water. It will freeze when it gets 15 below. I'll just have to come out and break it out every morning. One of the regular commenters on the videos made a great suggestion, and that was to put some plywood down on the floor so when I'm backing the tractor in with these chains on, I don't mar up this brand new concrete. That is amazing. And speaking of regular commenter, if you do like the videos, subscribe, like, comment down below. I love interacting with everyone that takes the time to watch these videos. As you can see, so far so good on these chicks. They are actually out roaming around a little bit, which I think is a good sign. They don't look overly cold. They are going from hoover to hoover and back and forth, and I would say pretty active, so that is a good thing. I'm gonna head to town now and start getting some straw and other supplies so I can be prepared for 325 more chicks that are coming tomorrow. Before I headed to town, I thought I'd give you a little update on the little calf. So far so good for the little girl. We've got her standing up. That will just kind of help the blood get flowing. My wife stood her up. This is the second time, and she just kind of stands up until she gets tired. I think we'll be able to take her out pretty soon and let her get some colostrum from her mama. Her mama is out there waiting patiently. I think it's safe to call this the calm before the storm, as it were, because it's 41 degrees right now. Absolutely beautiful. Snow is melting. It is just gorgeous out here. The cows are relaxing. Cows laying down over there. Cows laying down over here. It is gorgeous, but they have not changed the forecast yet, and it is still going to get freezing cold coming up. The reason I'm out here, though, is because that calf that was inside, well, when I went to town to run some errands and do some work, that calf got frisky and started jumping around and jumping out of its tub. So my wife brought the little girl right out here with her mama. I moved her out of the snow to this nice warm bedding. There's no reason to be in the snow since we've got this nice bedding right here. I haven't seen the calf drink yet. I don't know if any of the kids or my wife has. The little calf's doing okay, I would say. It seems like she's a little tipsy-topsy on her legs a little bit, but her mom's concerned that I'm out here, so I think I'm gonna give them some space. See if they can't relax and enjoy the sun. It is actually not too bad in here. Granted, it is 41 degrees outside. There's a big window that is just streaming sunlight in right now, and there's 5 heat lamps. Actually, I just added a 6th heat lamp. But what I've got going on is I put the 4 bales, 3 of them on the north side, 1 on the east side. I'm probably going to move this Hoover a little bit to the south, that's this way, and then I'm going to put a piece of plywood across the top from those bales over to this Hoover. It's just going to provide a little bit more room under shelter where maybe the heat that is in here will stay a little closer to them. These chicks actually look like they're doing really well. It always just boggles my mind that these chicks were born yesterday, put in a box, shipped through the mail, arrived at the post office this morning. I picked them up. Now they're eating and drinking water, and they don't have anybody showing them how to do it. I mean, yeah, sure, we dipped their beaks in the water, but they've all found the food and they're really going to town on it. In case you're wondering, I've got 3 to 4 inches of bedding on the floor of that. That's just to provide a ton of insulation. Obviously, as they grow and get bigger, I can add a little more and stir it up. With 3 to 4 inches in there, stirring it up, I can bring a lot of good bedding to the top. It's getting windy right now. It's a south wind though, so it's warm. What do you think? Does my brooder look sub-zero ready? Does it look like it's a good warm place for the chicks to be? I don't know. I have done my best. I am happy with what I've got done. It's not as great as it could be. I mean, it could be 40 degrees the next 3 weeks and be wonderful, but it's not going to be 40 degrees. So we've done the best we can. We're gonna just keep checking those lights all the time. We're gonna make sure that we have power out there. And as for now, they look really happy and really comfortable. I hope that they stay that way. As far as my firewood pile, it doesn't look sub-zero ready, so I'm gonna go tackle that. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, night, morning, whatever it is where you are.